Hello everyone, Shine here from the Phyrexian Arena, and welcome back to another Precon upgrade. Today we're going to be taking a look at MARDU Surge from Tarkir Dragonstorm. The goal is to make this deck more smooth and competitive within the budget of 75 US dollars. The commander we'll be using today is Zurgo Stormrender. This is a 3-mana MARDU, so red, white, black commander. That is an Orc Warrior that also is a 3/3 with Mobilize 1. Mobilize is a returning mechanic in Tarkir Dragonstorm. Very simply, whenever a creature that has Mobilize would attack, you create that many tapped and attacking 1/1 Red Warrior creature tokens. You sacrifice them at the beginning of the next end step. Zurgo also has a text that whenever a creature token would leave the battlefield, this includes being exiled or dying, if it was attacking, you draw a card. If it was not attacking, instead, each opponent loses 1 life. This is very powerful if you're able to sacrifice things on command. As always, let's take a look at how the deck looks out of the box. This time I decided to simplify it and lower the amount of categories. First up, there's lands, and there's 37 of them in this deck, which is, like we said last time, my sweet spot. There's 8 pieces of ramp, which in an aggressive deck I could see you running 8, but it's a little bit risky, so honestly you might want to add more. You've got 10 pieces of card advantage, including the commander, which is pretty close to the standard, which is 12. And we've got 9 pieces of interaction if you don't include Bajuka Bog as interaction. A majority of the interaction in this deck is single target, so keep that in mind. With that being said, I do actually recommend keeping the interaction that's in here, because single target interaction in aggressive decks is actually very important. Now let's go over the best cards in the pre-constructed deck. First off, we've got Inox Strike Leader, a form of protection as well as a token generator that is really strong. Next up is Divine Visitation. This is a must-have in all token decks. It makes all your tokens come in as 4/4 Flying Angels. That's extremely powerful. Next up is Gix Yawgmoth Praetor. This is one of the best card advantage engines in aggressive decks. I'm so happy they reprinted it. Next up is Legion's Loyalty. Now while the mana cost is a bit high, this card and Myriad in general works great with our commander. And as always, we have to go over our favorite card in the deck, or our weapon of choice. That card is Skull Clan. That should come as no surprise. This card works perfectly with our commander. It allows our commander to deal damage, and we still get to draw cards off of the tokens that die. Not to mention, most of the tokens that we're creating are 1/1 creature tokens. So this card essentially just reads, pay 1, draw 2 cards, and deal 1 damage to each opponent. Finally, here are cards that I think don't really work in this deck, and may be better in another deck. First up is Commander's Insignia. Honestly, there's better Anthem effects, so this card just isn't that great here. Grenzo Havoc Razor. Listen, I think Goad is a great mechanic, but I just don't think this card fits here. It's kind of inefficient, and I would rather just remove something off of the board if it's in my way. Lingering Souls. Listen, if this was an instant, I would have kept this in, but as it stands, as a sorcery, it's kind of inefficient. Nerev Crackling Vanguard. This card is fantastic, but most of the tokens we'll be creating are soldiers, and this one cares about different kinds of tokens, so keep this for a different deck. I'm not a big fan of one-off token generators, so Release the Dogs falls into the same category as Lingering Souls. I don't really love this kind of card in this deck. This is another one-off token generator that creates tapped tokens, just like Release the Dogs and Lingering Souls. Just take this out. Finally, we've got Tempt with Vengeance. This card is really good, but I think there's better cards out there. Now here are the cards I would recommend adding to the deck. First up is Commissar Severina Rain. This card is amazing. It is a sacrifice outlet that is relatively efficient, draws you cards, gains you life, and deals direct damage to your opponents. It is sitting right now at $22.99. Caesar, Legion's Emperor. This card is absolutely amazing here. It almost seems like it was made for this deck. It's a sacrifice outlet that creates tokens, draws you cards, or deals direct damage to your opponents. It also cares about being aggressive. Right now it is sitting at $9.99. Voice of Victory. This is a new card from Tarkir Dragonstorm that is a fantastic hate bearer. It'll protect you from your opponents as well as generate tokens with the mobilize mechanic. Right now this is sitting at $11.99. The next card is Ink Shield, which, if you remember correctly, was a weapon of choice in a previous Precon upgrade. This card is an efficient token generator, as well as great protection for aggressive decks. You can get this card for $9.99. Next up is Ishin, Two Heavens is One. This will double up all your mobilized triggers, which will essentially give you double the amount of tokens. This card is going for $7.99. Nerev, Heart of the Storm. This is another new card from Tarkir Dragonstorm, and this one will double the amount of damage our mobilized tokens will do. This card is going for $4.49. Finally is Animpa Call, Thousandth Moon. This card basically has mobilized, but just a little bit more efficient. You can get Animpa Call for $4.99. This brings our total price up to $72.43, which is actually less expensive than our previous Precon upgrade. Thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful. If you enjoy content like this, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And if you use this upgrade for your deck, please let us know how it performed in the comments below.